tossing. All right. Good morning, 9 o'clock. Welcome to Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus and Patrick Hammer. Why don't you know what? We're starting out with weather. Why don't you just do the weather forecast with your parka on?
Well, I came downstairs by mistake.
Well,
admittedly.
We're going full disclosure on this, ladies and gentlemen.
I made an error. I am not where I'm supposed to be. Is there a way we can adjust?
You are adjusted already, my friend.
Thank you,
you are
Pete.
Adjusted already.
Oh, my goodness.
24 degrees right now. It's a chilly first day of December.
Give me a second here, just as I reload and gain my confidence back because I made a critical error.
For everyone who's out there watching, this is to prove that we don't pre-record this.
Exactly. This is live.
Yep. Proof positive that it's live broadcasting.
Okay. So, all right. So here's the deal. I was supposed to stay on the roof, and guess what? I got stuck Monday morning daydreaming, and I just kind of went downstairs thinking and I forgot I was supposed to stay. So here I am. We will move forward. Thank you for everybody who adjusted to make room for my spatial error. All right, here's the weather headlines for today. Chilly, a break in the snow. Snow tonight and tomorrow, and a cold week ahead with multiple snow chances. Nothing really hefty at this point. There we go. Dry weather today, light snow tonight into tomorrow. And I would say, 1 to 2 tonight, another few tomorrow. This kind of appears like a 2 to 3 inch for Buffalo and a little bit more as you head south. Not because it's lake effect. This is a general widespread snow for everyone. That will be here after about 1 or 2 in the morning. There's the low. It's another system for places like Chicago and Indianapolis that already got the snow. What was it on late last week? And now this is the next one coming. We're going to be impacted as well with some of that light snow. Also down into Pennsylvania. This is going to envelop across mid-state and downstate. Just the big cities will be likely seeing rain out of this. Here is the latest timing. This is 3:35 tonight, midnight. By 1 or 2, there's the snow, and it's with us throughout the area tomorrow for the morning drive. So the morning drive could be a little slow and slippery, but notice by midday it's kind of done, and we should have dry weather for the afternoon and evening commute. And then as we head into Wednesday, a brief little bout of southwesterly breezes will kick a little lake effect snow shower through midday, and then another chance of snow Wednesday night and into Thursday. Then it gets kind of cold for the end of the week. So for today, temperatures right around 30 degrees with increasing clouds and snow totals. Again, 1 to 2 Buffalo, Lockport, 2 to 3 Buffalo, up to 4 for the south towns. And then you can see totals increase just a bit as you head towards northern Pennsylvania and the southern tier. So for today, sunshine now, increasing clouds, so we'll call it partly cloudy. 30, it's going to be cool. Did I say cool? It should be cold. Come on. Yeah, 20s all day. Cloudy with snow late, 1 to 2 inches. And then for tomorrow, snow another 2 to 3. And the long-range forecast, we have a winter weather alert for Buffalo and points south. It's still going to snow in the fall. It's just not as impactful there. And we will see the snow chance again Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and then possibly for the weekend. The weekend snow is a little debatable yet. We got to figure, yesterday it looked like a bigger system. Today it's weaker. So we'll just go with a chance right now for some light snow Saturday and Sunday with a weather impact alert for tomorrow. How about that?
There you go. And this morning it feels a little bit, doesn't feel as cold because the wind isn't what we had over the weekend. So
yes, we had a lot.
All the difference.
So yeah, not as windy today.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, in our news this morning, a family in Buffalo is reeling after a weekend fire claimed the lives of 2 children. 3 more kids and 2 adults were also taken to the hospital. Daybreak's Natalie Foss has more.
Investigators are still working to learn what happened and what caused this fire that took place on French Street on Saturday morning. We do know, though, that 2 children, a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old, died in that fire, and 3 other children aged 6, 7, and 9, as well as 2 adults, were sent to the hospital. City officials tell us that Buffalo Fire received multiple 911 calls for reports of a house fire with people trapped inside at 69 French Street around 5 in the morning on Saturday. They say the crews battled heavy flames and several people were rescued from inside the home, but ultimately 2 children were found dead inside. We spoke to one family friend who says the parents are hardworking and care deeply about their children.
They did everything they could for those kids. That kid would never stop working. Very athletic, always moving around. Always came home with a bag of food for the kids, you know, make sure that his family was taken care of.
He hopes the community will continue to rally around the family as they recover. City officials say damage to the home is estimated at around $200,000, with another $100,000 in content loss. Again, the last we heard from the city is that investigators are working to nail down what caused this fire, and then once their investigation is over, they tell us that the home will be demolished due to safety purposes. On your side in downtown Buffalo, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
Natalie, thank you. And we're learning new information about a major settlement recommended for approval by the City of Buffalo's legal department. More than $3.3 million connected to the 2014 incident at Molly's Pub. The money would go to the family of William Sager Jr., who was pushed down a flight of stairs and later died, and to his friend Donald Hall, who was handcuffed after trying to help him. Off-duty police officers working security that night were involved in what investigators later called a cover-up, including handcuffing Sager while he was unconscious and arresting Hall. It is now 9:06, and 2 on your side is looking into alleged abuse within Wendy State Prison. A woman tells us her husband was violently assaulted, leaving him bruised, urinating blood, and terrified that he might not survive.
His neck was black. My husband's neck has never been black. Like, it was black from the back all the way to his chest. He had scratches from his shoulder down to his arm. You can see where the cuffs were so tight that they dug into his wrist. He has cuts, and they're still like clotted up on both his wrists.
Now, Earl Watson has been in prison for 13 years. He was convicted of robbery, burglary, and assault. His wife, Kimberly, says on November 6th, she got a call from Earl and he sounded panicked. He told her that he had just been assaulted by more than a dozen officers. She says the incident reminded her of a different incident last year within another state prison.
I thought of Robert Brooks, hearing my husband scream, you know, "Don't kill me. Please stay. They're going to kill me." Like, I was like, am I going to hear my husband's last words? Is my husband going to be killed today?
Now, a corrections spokesperson is telling a different story, though. Thomas Maley released a statement saying, quote, according to facility reports and body-worn camera footage on November 6, 2025, Mr. Watson assaulted a captain. The statement also went on to say that Watson allegedly assaulted a National Guard member as well. 2 on your side has submitted FOIL requests for both the camera footage and the incident reports. Buffalo police are searching for this 40-year-old, Angelique Whedon. Police have not indicated why they're searching for Whedon or when she was last seen, but she is known to frequent the Restoration Society on Englewood and Matt Urban Center on Broadway. If you see her, call police. This week, 2 on your side is partnering with Feed More Western New York for our annual Food to Families drive. When you look at some of the data, you begin to see just how much work goes into making sure that people have healthy meal access across the region. More than 1.3 million pounds of food are distributed by Feed More each month, all year long. And while a lot of focus about food insecurity happens around the holidays, Feed More is seeing the demand every single month, and that demand is rising. Over the last 3 years, Feed More has seen a more than 45% increase in the number of people who need their services. It doesn't just take a few people to make this happen. A full staff of 220 and more than 4,000 active volunteers are needed to help those in need here in Western New York. Feed More's commissary distributes more than 5,000 meals a day through its Meals on Wheels program.
When you understand the way we operate, it becomes less about food and a lot more about logistics, right? There's a lot going on behind the scenes to make it all happen, but at the root of it is making sure nutritional assistance gets to people who need it. We have teams of dietitians, nutritionists, making sure that the right product gets to people as well, so that everybody has access to healthy food.
And to on your sides, Nate Benson is taking a deeper dive into some of the numbers for us tonight at 6 o'clock. Stay with us. We will be right back with more Daybreak Plus on the other side of this break. All right, welcome back. 9:12 on Daybreak. Get off your phone. Get off your phone.
I'm just emailing you something nice. That's
Well, very good. Very good. Big game yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, the first half was kind of weird, but it kind of got interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's call it a business-like trip to Pittsburgh. I keep saying Philadelphia. Maybe I just wanted them to beat the Eagles as well as the Steelers. But nothing flashy, but they got things done against the Steelers. The game was pretty stiff throughout, but one incident seemed to light a fire under the Bills. Sports reporter Jonathan Acosta has more.
Trailing late in the first half, the Bills needed a spark of energy. They got one not on a score or a turnover, but a no call on a late hit to quarterback Josh Allen.
It definitely caused a stir on our sideline. That was, nose to nose, nobody backing down. They weren't backing down, we weren't backing down, and we came to play.
From that moment, the Bills beat the Steelers at their own game their franchise has become so synonymous with.
On the road to find a win, that's what we came to do. It's just whatever it takes to get a W, and we were fortunate enough to do that tonight.
Sean McDermott's team going on the road and winning with defense and ground and pound football in a dominant 26-7 win in Pittsburgh. This team doing it with the physical brand of football the Bills take pride in.
We're not going to be out physical, and our guys know that. So they know what we stand for as well and what Buffalo Bills football is about also. So that came out in our football team tonight, and it was good to see.
For the defense, it wasn't just the score and 2 takeaways from Christian Benford, the unit holding the Steelers to just 58 yards on the ground.
Maybe more understanding, guys just, kind of just flying around, playing relentless style football. They work hard during the week and take a lot of pride in their work. So I couldn't be happier with the way they played tonight.
The defense keeping the offense in the game long enough to where the rushing attack took over in the second half. At the end of the day, 249 rush yards, the most by a visiting team in Pittsburgh in 50 years.
Guys were running hard. Guys were breaking some tackles. The holes were there. Guys we were doing our job. The way that we ran the ball, again, there wasn't a huge need to take shots and understanding what type of game this was. A little bit of wind, a little bit of cold. This is a typical AFC North type team where ball possession, field position is crucial to the game, and I think that's kind of what we did tonight.
Smash mouth football on both sides of the ball, leading to an important win in the Steel City. On your side in Pittsburgh, Jonathan Acosta, Channel 2 Sports.
Yeah, if you told me that the Bills were going to run the ball and run it down their throats, there's no way I would have believed it going into that because, the big problem that a lot of people were pointing out, offensive line and the injuries on the offensive line specifically.
Yeah. But the offensive line showed up yesterday. They did well.
They controlled the game.
The 2 guys that replaced Spencer and Dawkins, they held up their end, I think.
Absolutely, and defense came up big too.
Sure did.
A defense that can't stop the run.
Right.
They stuffed a running offense.
They sure did. I mean, what offense? The Steelers had 0 offense, 90 yards or something.
Well, Burrow is back, and that's who we'll visit
we just
next
have
week.
a tough time against them. I mean, of course, we had the playoff loss.
Yep.
The game against the Bengals, the DeMar Hamlin game, even though that didn't last very long, it just seemed like they had our number for that game.
Yeah,
the Bengals,
yeah.
So.
Well, it's both teams were entirely different teams.
Yeah.
But NFL insider Vic Carucci talked about the potential challenges that the Bengals could bring.
Yeah, you could call the Bengals an ascending team. I think they're ascending. It's going to be too little too late in the big picture of things, but Joe Burrow is back. He wanted to return from that toe surgery he had. It's still an injury that is being managed by them. But yes, a very dangerous offensive team. But again, I like what the Bills showed in bouncing back in a big way from a loss 10 days ago at Houston. And I'm not saying that they've become a very different team with just one game, one performance, but you do sense some level of turning point and a realization of how urgent they have to be. They'll get the Bengals in town. It's a home game, which is usually where the Bills do their best. football, but they understand there is no messing around. They've got to keep winning and at the very least make the playoffs. Probably not win the division, but make the playoffs.
All right, and so the Bills take the Bengals on Sunday, but I'm really interested in tonight's game too. I mean,
we
with
want
New England.
the Giants, man. Maybe they can pull some magic out of their hat and beat them.
There's got to be a crack in the armor at some point for the Patriots. So
they've won like 8 in a row or something.
I mean, they've got to pull up a stinker of a game sooner or later, right?
No,
hopefully it's tonight.
They're due. I mean, I don't know what the odds are, but yeah, we're rooting for the Giants.
Yes.
I wonder what the spread is. I got to believe the Patriots are favored. But anyway.
Yeah, I would think.
It's gonna be. We're gonna a lot on that game for the Bills.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll talk Sabres on the other side. All right, welcome back. Tonight, the Sabres will try and pick up another important win before they hit the road for the next 2 weeks. Tonight, they host the Winnipeg Jets at the KeyBank Center with a chance to get back to 500. They're coming off that big shootout win over Minnesota Saturday, but remain in last place in the Eastern Conference. After tonight's game, the Sabres are on the road for the next 6, and they're not home again until December 18th. Now, we say they're in last place in the Eastern Division, but they're only a few points out of a playoff spot. That's how tightly packed the Eastern Conference is right now. So,
and this is the West Coast swing they're going on?
I don't know if it's a West Coast swing. It's just they're on the road for 6 games.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. They've only won 1 game on the road all season. So
and they haven't put together more than 2 in a row at home. So maybe we can.
They haven't put together 2 in a row, period. So
That's
more than 2 in a row.
Right.
So let's get it. Hopefully, the pressure's off. They go away and get things going.
Yeah.
But the Bandit Land, big night Saturday, special weekend. The Bandits had a special banner-raising ceremony before their season opener against the Georgia Swarm to mark their 3rd straight NLL title. The celebrations didn't stop there. Look at that. I love seeing those banners go up. The team won the season opener 15-11. They'll be back at KeyBank Center in just under 2 weeks for a 7 o'clock game December 13th as they host the Halifax Thunderbirds. But, the Bandits, can you imagine a 4-peat? That would be unbelievable. They've lost some key players to free agency, but they're still, as they showed on Saturday night, resilient.
Yeah, and the place was packed. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Turnout the Bandits pull.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're, win 3 championships in a row.
Yeah.
It's Sabres. If you win 3 Stanley Cups in a row, you're going to sell the house out.
There you go. That's all it takes.
All right, now to a story we've been following for weeks now. This is it's a great story. A North Tonawanda High School swimmer was breaking records and preparing for sectionals when a sudden health crisis stopped that progress. That is until now. 2 on your side's Claudine Ewing spoke with Meredith Roberts about her new liver and her road to recovery.
A month ago, 17-year-old Meredith Roberts was still basking from homecoming, posing, flexing her muscles. A few days later, she was jaundiced.
They originally thought it was my gallbladder, so I was like, oh, I'll be out of Children's in Buffalo in like a day and a half. I'll be okay. And then they're like, you're in liver failure.
The North Tonawanda High School swimmer was put on a transplant list. Nurses wrote the goal was for a shiny new liver. It wasn't long before she underwent a liver transplant at the University of Pittsburgh Children's Hospital.
Well, I'm alive.
We're very thankful this Thanksgiving. She's very thankful for her donor liver.
My donor liver, and not my old green one.
She only knows her donor was a young person. She did write the donor's family a letter.
And that family has the option to write back to me or not.
It is her wish to meet them. Meredith will remain hospitalized as she learns to navigate this medical journey with meds.
It is a lifelong change.
How are you keeping a positive attitude and smiling?
My walls in here, you can't see them, but they are covered in cards and posters that like swim teams and classes have made for me. And it just really, it brightens the mood.
She's a Bills fan. The team will play Pittsburgh where she's hospitalized. She was sent a special gift, a jersey.
It's number 34. He was in the Hall of Fame in 2007, and he and his wife reached out and sent her this beautiful jersey to wear. So she's going to wear that to bring the Buffalo Bills some luck.
What do you have to say to a Thurman Thomas and a Patty Thomas about just sending that jersey so that you can wear it?
It's crazy. It's incredible.
So Thanksgiving 2025 is one to remember. Meredith, alive, and she got to spend it with her parents and siblings. As for her future,
I will walk across the stage. I will be at prom.
and she wants to be back in the pool. On your side, Claudine Ewing, Channel 2 News.
That is so unbelievable because we did the story, 2 weeks ago, and it was, do or die, and quite literally, and the liver comes through, and now she's on the road to recovery and turnaround, and the human spirit and the human strength, and the uplifting portion of that with so many Western New Yorkers coming out and getting tested and trying to help, and it's just a great story, and especially that it all came together during Thanksgiving week.
That's awesome. Great story.
All right, well, check out the thousands of people who spent Saturday night in platform shoes and polyester. Yeah, the world's largest disco is at the Buffalo Convention Center. The annual event, known for its flashing lights, big hair, and costumes, once again was a sellout. I think it sold out in 35 seconds when the tickets went on sale over the summer. The disco is also a big charity event benefiting Camp Good Days and Special Times, Camp for Children with Cancer. And it's always biggest party of the year. It's a costume event, and celebrities from years gone by.
And who are the celebrities? Were they? Heather Locklear?
Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yes, and
the guy from Blue Lagoon.
Oh yeah, yes.
Atkins, Tom.
Christopher Atkins.
Is that him?
It might be. You'll remember the Blue Lagoon.
Oh, that was such a great movie. Oh, with Brooke Shields. That was the coming of age movie for us.
Was it?
My generation. Oh yeah.
But was it though? I thought Porky's was coming.
That too.
But
anyway, that's cool.
But it is just such a great event. We weren't able to make it this year, but my daughter went, and they had a blast. Or my son and his girlfriend. My daughter didn't make it this year.
Okay.
I was going to, but
you can only handle one Gallivan family. The disco.
Yes.
You get the whole clan. It's madness.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just polyester in motion.
Yeah.
All right, well, millions of people remain under winter weather alerts this morning. Snow and ice-covered roads are making post-Thanksgiving travel dangerous in some areas. Patrick, have you heard about this? It's making some areas in the northern tier. Millions of people are having a difficult time getting home. Jen Sullivan has the details on what travelers can expect in the roads and in the skies.
A monster winter storm dumping several inches of snow across parts of the Midwest, crippling travel just as millions of people try to return home from the Thanksgiving holiday.
It was delayed for a couple of hours.
We were expecting to hit the flight by 6:30, I think, and now we're looking at about 11:20.
At Chicago O'Hare International Airport, nearly 1,300 flights were canceled Saturday. Nationwide, that number was closer to 2,000, with nearly 9,000 flights delayed. Those cancellations and delays continuing Sunday. Some passengers arriving early, anticipating long lines.
I've got 2 hours for my flight. I gave myself plenty of time.
Snow and ice causing this plane to slide off the runway at Des Moines International Airport. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Drivers also facing treacherous conditions on the roads. Multiple cars and trucks involved in this crash in Indiana, and 2 semis stuck on this highway in Missouri. Many cities set snowfall records for a single day in November. The National Weather Service recording well over a foot of snow in some areas, and more is on the way. At one point Sunday, nearly 50 million people were under winter weather alerts.
If you don't have to travel, please don't.
As temperatures plunge and wind chills pick up, the greatest threat on the road Sunday is ice and blowing snow, making already dangerous roads even worse.
Even the Monday morning, we'll still have crews out checking those roadways, making sure they're safe.
That system now moving east, bringing snow and heavy rain to the East Coast. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to keep in mind that you saw that string of storms that go all the way down the eastern seaboard, and they're affecting a lot of hubs as well. So the weather may be fine here, as you can see by this this shot from Salamanca, but it's places elsewhere.
Yeah, the big cities, Atlanta up through Boston and New York, they will stay rain with this system. The cold air is there. It's just not cold enough for the snow to fall along the coast. But inland it will, and that includes western New York. There you can see the snow tomorrow morning. So it'll be a slippery commute tomorrow, but the snow does taper as we head into the afternoon and should wrap up tomorrow evening. Long range forecast, we've got some snow tomorrow, especially in the morning. Some snow showers Thursday morning. Does not look like a lot on Thursday, but it'll be cold and blustery. And maybe some light snow over the weekend. Similar outlook for the south towns and the southern tier. A weather impact alert for tomorrow.
Windy week or no?
Thursday will be breezy to windy, yes, and cold. Ooh, very cold.
It's not the cold, it's the wind chill.
It's the wind chill, yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us.